Hey guys, it is news with crypto local and international. Biden is finalizing plans to announce term limits and a new ethics code targeting the Supreme Court. And I think it's a great thing. It gets to a point these people cannot get in there in their 30s, 20s, 40s and stay there until the end of life. It's not fair. It's not right. And we have seen Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away in a selfish way because she should have stepped down to allow President Obama to put new Supreme Court leaders there. Instead, she stayed there until the end and now jeopardizing the Supreme Court because Trump had the chance to put 3 people there. Because of that, he's get immunity from the Supreme Court. He can do whatever hell he wants when he gets in there, if he gets in there. Can you imagine that? Joe Biden may propose term limits and an ethics code for Supreme Court. The Washington Post reported the plan would need congressional approval, and Biden is turning to his allies for help. The president has long rejected calls to expand the Supreme Court despite pressure to do so. President Joe Biden may be preparing to take on the conservative majority Supreme Court head-on, according to a new report by the Washington Post. I mean, everything, there was a beginning and an ending. There was a time to start and a time to retire. Go enjoy your life. You've done, given enough to the country. Let somebody else take over. Things change, you know. Things are different. Somebody that's been there for 40, 30 years just doesn't make sense. They have one point of view based on what they have witnessed, they have read, they have seen in the past. This is a new era. Thing has changed. You cannot apply the old rules to what's going on right now, period. President Joe Biden may be preparing to take on the conservative majority Supreme Court head-on, according to a new report by the Washington Post. Biden is planning to announce a proposal to establish term limits and an enforceably ethics code on the High Court, the outlet reported, citing people briefed on the plan. Specific details of the proposal or when it might be officially announced were not immediately available. The Supreme Court has an existing code of conduct rolled out last November, which outlines when a sitting justice should recuse themselves from a case and when outside activities may create the appearance of a conflict of interest. However, unlike the code that bans lower court justice, the Supreme Court's ethics codes lacks any enforcement mechanisms. It requires sitting justices to regulate themselves, with critics regarding the measures as toothless against the court's lifetime appointees. Most charges to the Supreme Court would require congressional approval to enact, so Biden is turning to his allies in the House and Senate for help. The Post reported, I am going to need your help on the Supreme Court because I'm about to come out. I don't want to prematurely announce it, but I am about to come out with a major initiatives on limiting the court. The Post reported Biden said, according to a transcript of Saturday call with the Congressional Progressive Caucus, I've been working with constitutional scholars for the last 3 months and I need some help. You see, he's still doing things behind the scene, even though he's not who he used to be. You know, he's declining a little bit, but he's still doing what needs to be done to make sure America is on point. And I appreciate that about him. And that's why we love the guy. We don't want to see him going like that. But if he's not going to win, we have no choices to replace him. We don't want another 4 years of Donald Trump, period. And not only that, we heard that J.D. Vance and Don Jr. might try to run for 2028. Who wants Trump in there for 8 years, yeah? Can you imagine how this country would turn if Don Jr. have no common sense, don't even look like Donald. I don't know. Who the hell is this kid? He doesn't look like Donald Trump, seriously. Is he Donald Trump's real son biologically? Because he doesn't look like Donald Trump. Anyhow, we don't want these guys to be in the White House, period. Okay, subscribe. Let me know how you feel. Thank you for watching.